Hey YouTube, it's Rosie. I'm back with another video. I would like to start out with a prayer before I go into the topic of this video. So here I go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and always. Amen. Okay, so I told myself before it hit 12 o'clock tonight, I'm gonna make this video. And this video is going to be about, I'm gonna pull up the verse. I don't currently have my Bible, my personal Bible. I have a Bible, but it's not. Matter of fact, I do have. So I'm just going to pull it up on my phone. Whew. So the verse that I'm reading for this video is 2 Timothy 3:2. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, and unholy. Okay. So what brought me to this verse was I was conversating with a friend, and we began to talk about the lifestyle that YouTube have helped a lot of young black creators. And there's this spirit right here, this people will be lovers of themselves spirit. I've watched many different YouTubers, different variety of YouTubers, different content, age groups, just a mixture of YouTube creators, black YouTube creators to be specific. And I've realized that comparison from when these YouTubers first came on YouTube, very focused and very humble and very they showed a lot of self-respect and self-dignity, and they had morals, and they had goals that they wished to accomplish throughout the process in which YouTube again have helped them on their journey. And from then to now, it's literally I can't speak for all, but for the ones that I've watched, majority of them, it's like night and day. So YouTube have presented an opportunity for anyone, any age, any race, to come on there and create their content with whatever creativity that they came on their platform with. the opportunity up front, it looked good. It sounded good, People explained their platform. They gave a description of what they was going to be doing on their platform and the type of audience that they wish to engage with and attract. Well, that was on the front side. But on the flip side, on the back side, once these black YouTube creators got in, from what I've witnessed, the views came, the rewards came, such as the certificates and being able to monetize their videos, and begin to make a lifestyle of it by receiving income due to their creation or whatever creativity that they have created on the YouTube platform. Things have took a turn. Okay, so like I said, in the beginning, it was a very focused kind of talk. This is what I want to do. I wish to be this one day. I work hard towards this goal. Eventually, in the long run, and then the money came in. Now, it's one thing to need money for your necessities, things that you need. It's one thing to need money for that, essentials, to survive. But it's another thing to then lose your focus and not just your focus, but just lose yourself somewhere throughout this journey of going from being so focused when you had not as much views or followers or people paying attention to you, fans, to now you have that platform where there are views and there are people beginning to follow you, and you do eventually build a fan base. Something about all of that, it goes to one's mind. If you're not grounded in knowing thyself, and I mean grounded, like knowing thyself, already having a regimen, to seek the Father with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind and all your strength, daily, regularly, like it's just a part of who you are. But once you do get to a pretty successful status, if you're not grounded, then that status will go to your mind and it will begin to alter. They call it alter egos, but it plays a big role in how it will affect you over the course of you feeding this ego. You're feeding this ego. Oh, I'm doing good, I'm making it, people following me, they liking me. And before you know it, how you came on compared to where you're at now, it's two different people. And so people will be lovers of themselves. I see a lot of my young black brothers and sisters. I know who we are as a people, Israelites, that the Bible speak about, Hebrew Israelites, and I see a lot of this. I just see a lot of ridiculous, just self, all about self, what I want to do, what I want to eat, just all about self, I don't hear nothing being put back out, from which it came from, the viewers. I don't see that energy being put back out, it's just a lot of just boasting up yourself, what you gotta do, how you gotta do it, what you wanna do when you gotta do it, and how you gotta do it, and It's just like, yeah, that's not what got you there. But because you're there now, you again, this energy of the platform in which you have possessed now, they have boasted your alter ego. You know, you lost focus. I know a lot of black YouTubers probably would never come out and admit, like, okay, yeah, you know, from when I first started, I'm not the same. Of course not, because, you know, I grew. There's a lot. It's gonna be a lot of tit for tat, but I'm not here to argue. I'm just here to call out all of which, from what, like I said, from what I've witnessed and what I see. And the Bible has written it, the times we're in, this is what I'm witnessing. So, the verse then goes, lovers of money. Like I said, it's one thing that you need money to survive and to, get your essentials, but it's another thing where you just gonna go drop $10,000 just on anything. It's like you have become the very part of the problem in which the world we've been living in. So again, it sound good coming in. It even looked good. Oh, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how it's gonna be, and God bless me with this and God bless me with that. Not taking into full understanding that when God blesses you, He makes sure everyone's eating, not just you. So out of you and all the million subscribers, most of them subscribers, they idolize you because simply they're not living that same lifestyle. Which goes to show you how much that it's just, it's unbalanced. It's not something in which for much is given, much is required. Meaning what you put in is what you get out. I don't see anything being put back in. I just see a lot of take. And I'm not blaming anyone for why people sit back and entertain this foolishness. But I, for one, like I said, I'm a witness as far as my testimony and what I go through and what I live through and what I see. So, yeah. It goes on to say boastful. Again, this goes on to the lover of money. Oh, look at this. I just dropped $500K on some sneaks. It's like, if only I could have, had $5. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm serious, It's just so much, just wasteful, type of actions that's being done by these YouTube creators compared from in the beginning. It was, like I said, it came off very humble. They had a really good story, and people, people believed them, as far as believing them, giving them benefit of the doubt. But in the end, it doesn't never measure up. It doesn't never add up. So, boastful, proud. Yeah, very proud that they're actually able to say, this is what I got, and I grind hard to get it. Not really like, you get the here and there, the thank you to all my supporters. That's about all that does, little giveaways here and there. But my point is, it's bigger than just yourself. In a moment that you lose that focus, it's the moment that you lose yourself. And that's where all of these different spirits begin to use you and idolize you in many different ways. If people or whomever may be offended, if they run across this video, a tiny platform, but hey, I am here for the one, the Father's purpose, not my own. So, whatever He may use me for, then His will be done. And if you really want to, measure yourself on the scale of everything that I've said so far, then just go back to the beginning of your videos and just begin to compare from then to now, and just see how things have changed so drastically just due to money, you know. Not all black YouTube creators, not all of them. There's still some that's out there holding it down, sticking it out, and standing their ground. No matter how much they gain, they still show that same gratitude, that same humbleness, that same, respect for self. They still have their morals. They still staying, grounded. They're not just all over the place, just doing whatever, like, just comfortable with just all kinds of ungodly, and that's where I'm heading now. So, abusive. This goes back to being, again, lovers of yourself and not fully appreciating how you got there. So you begin to abuse that very view, those views, you abuse that. And it just becomes mainly all about you, no matter really who's affecting or how your actions may have a negative reaction. And so, yes, very abusive mentalities, just abusing just the opportunity and just taking it overboard in whichever way that you may please. Just because you can do something, it doesn't mean that you should always do it. Disobedient. Okay, that kind of falls right in line with what I just said. So, disobedience it's a spirit in which right from wrong. We learn that from a very young age. We get older, and then we get this mindset, especially the young black YouTube creators that I see today, who are like the controllers of their lives right now. Like they run their lives. They call the shots, you know what I'm saying? Like they the ones who, what they call them, they call them the person who bring home the bag, whatever they call that person. It's very hard for those type of people to just be obedient. I'm speaking in high regard, obedient to the Father. But if you don't have a connection to a spiritual connection to the Father, then in this world you'll definitely just go along with everything else that everybody else is doing, especially if you're in the life of having money. So it's very hard for people to be obedient, because first and foremost, if you don't know the Father, then you won't know yourself. And if you don't know yourself, then everything else here that validates you to be someone, that's what you'll be following. That, which leads to just a lot of destruction and all of these spirits that I'm currently labeling like right now. So, disobedient to their parents. Okay, so this goes back. Okay, a lot of people may get offended right now, but I don't mean to offend. I'm just reading the word, and because the parents, a lot of your parents have not brought y'all up in a godly manner and taught y'all the laws and the statutes and the commandments to follow and to be obedient and to honor thy God and to worship in all thy ways and just depend on the Father for everything, It leaves you wide open once you get old enough. It leaves you wide open to fall victim to those same type of actions that your parents did. That would be called a generational curse. So the disobedient to their parents is just simply the child realizing my parents really didn't satisfy me. Like, they didn't really fulfill my void. So now I look to everything else in this world to make me feel complete, only to realize that it's never enough, or it's just too much. In this world, it'll never be just right. You'll only get that just fix in a father. So, yeah, ungrateful. Like I just said, it's either not enough or it's going to be too much. Which, either way it goes, it's ungrateful. I've realized that the people who don't have a lot, the people who just day to day just making it, one being like myself, I'm grateful in that. I'm grateful to wake up and to fight another day. I'm grateful to know that I struggle, but I am blessed also in that, because my father, he comes through, and he shows me that his powers, they're real. And I'm grateful that I'm able to be a witness to that. I'm grateful to go through the great fight, and yes, mama, go sheep. Excuse me, my baby just rolled over. Okay, so yes, I'm grateful for all of the Father blessings that he have over me. I'm grateful for that. So for those who have not the worries, or not the struggles, or not the day-to-day fights to put up with, as far as, what I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that with that, I need to do this, but I don't know how I'm gonna get that, just the struggle in this world, hunger, homelessness, barely no finances, just no protection, no guidance, no, people who are able to accumulate these things. 9 times out of 10, not everybody, again, I'm not speaking for everybody, but 9 times out of 10, the majority, they're ungrateful for it, because they don't really know how to weigh it. They never had to deal with anything like this, so they don't know how to weigh it. Oh, thank you. So they don't know how to weigh it, excuse me. So what they do is, they begin to, they have a form of godliness. They talk about God a lot, but their actions is what matters. And it's what they do. So they have the means, but they spend it on a bunch of shenanigans and things that doesn't mean anything. Maybe, listen, for me, because I'm not materialistic, I can only speak for myself, but again, I'm reading from the word, and it's all adding up. It does. It makes perfect sense. And the last one is unholy. So they have a form of godliness. God bless me with this and God bless me with that. But the unholiness coming is where they don't truly believe in God powers. Because if they did, then every single thing that they do, they will make sure that everybody that they know, regardless of their lifestyle, or what they think that they're going to do with the money, they'll do their due diligence to make sure there's no hunger, no homeless. You'll go out there and you'll do God's work, And I'm not talking about on camera. Look at me, like that's literally you literally taking away your blessings, because you wish to seek man's validation, when really what you do when you do God's deed is you do it from your heart. You don't get no camera out and start recording, because Father already got all of that being recorded. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it speaks for itself. It's not about what you're doing. It's not about what you're saying. It's about what you're not saying. And what you're not saying while you're recording is, hey, I need your validation so that y'all can look at me to see I'm a good person. But on the flip side, Father's looking at you like, yeah, well, if that was so, then you wouldn't need to record, because you would know that I'm the author and the alpha and omega, and I'm the beginning and the end, and I'm going to see to it that's what you're doing is good or not, you know? Not no man. Man don't have no say, no control, no nothing. So, and that's this video.